So here's the Madden NFL 20. Mahomes 97, Brady 96, Phillip 94, Breeze 92, Luck 92, Wilson 91, Aaron Rodgers 90, and everybody's freaking out. That's about where he's at right now. He's an old 35. He's a stubborn 35. He's an increasingly brittle 35. He's already said publicly, I mean, this is a guy that struggles with some players, with some coaches, with some family members. This is where Aaron's at. I was telling the staff this morning, you're the GM. I'm not looking for you fanboys. You're the general manager. You make $3.5 million a year, which you'll never make, but let's pretend. So it's $3.5 million. You're the GM of a franchise. And you have to name the quarterbacks you're going to build around. And you're going to consider four things. What's their age? What's their injury history? What's their talent? And do they have the appropriate leadership qualities? That's why Baker wouldn't be on the top of my list. Baker Mayfield. So age, injury, talent, leadership. Number one is Mahomes. Number two to me is Russell Wilson. Number three to me is Andrew Luck. I am worried about his injury, but I do think he got over it last year. I don't even have a fourth. Now, I love Carson Wentz, but I got to see him make it through a season. If you were a GM today and you're building your franchise, and you got to consider age, talent, leadership, and injury. Aaron Rodgers is not one of those three. He's 35 years old. He can't stay healthy. Mahomes is not rigid. Russell Wilson's not stubborn. Andrew Luck is totally coachable. Those are my three guys. Then you get into a group of old guys who can win now, Ben, Breeze, Brady, Phillip, Aaron, or young guys you cross your fingers on. You know, Deshaun Watson, will he keep growing? I like Sam Darnold more than Baker because I like the leadership qualities. But if you're it's pass for Aaron. That doesn't mean Aaron can't win another Super Bowl. But let's put this in some context. Aaron Rodgers, the last time he won a Super Bowl, Carson Palmer was a Cincinnati Bengal. Peyton Manning was a Colt. Brett Favre was playing. It's been a long, long time. And much like he's aging like Brett Favre. Difficult to coach, kind of doing it his way, super talented, great arm, not easy for everybody to get along with. If you started your franchise today and you had all the considerations, Mahomes, Russell, and Andrew Luck are my guys. And Luck, I paused because of the injuries, but it did look like last year to me, and he plays in a dome. Frank Reich is now the coach. They're getting rid of the ball to their tight ends quickly. He's got a running game. Luck has the best offensive line, young offensive line in the game. So I'll roll the dice on Luck because I think their offensive line, their general manager, their running game, and their tight ends, he gets rid of he didn't get hit nearly as much last year. I think I do Carson Wentz 4, but he likes to run around. And he likes to ad-lib like Aaron Rodgers, and I got to see Carson Wentz get through a season. But we've got this constant Aaron Rodgers is getting hosed. No, he's not. If you're building a franchise today, 13th in passer touchdowns, 13th in passer rating, tougher to coach. This is what it is. This is the real NFL. And you're anti, Colin, you're anti Aaron Rodgers. You think I'm anti Patrick Mahomes. 90% of you think I'm anti Patrick Mahomes. He'd be the number one guy in the league for me. You think I don't like Patrick Mahomes? If I had to do it today, I'd take Patrick. I don't got any injuries. I think he's incredibly coachable. I think he's an absurd talent, and I think he's kind of he's got leadership qualities. He's got an it quality, and he's not immature to me. He's an adult. He's just a young kid. You got to allow kids to be kids. Now Zeke's a kid, but gets me in trouble. Baker's a kid, but does stuff I hate. Patrick's a kid. Sometimes a little fun, a little flighty, but I like him. But you're not putting Aaron in the top 3. He's in the group of old guys who can win now, but I'm not building my future around him. Like Tom Brady's been hurt once. Aaron's hurt every other year. I'm not building the future. The Madden game's right on target. That's about where he is. He's a slight upgrade of Matt Ryan when you consider everything. Matt Ryan doesn't get hurt. Aaron does. Matt Ryan's easier to coach than Aaron. Matt Ryan can play within a system. I don't think this is, and I think, I look at that Madden 20, Mahomes, Brady, Rivers, Breeze, Luck, Russell, Rodgers, Matt, Ben. I think they got Cam a little high. I think they got Wentz a little low. It's mostly accurate. So I'm not going to pick on the writer on this story. NFL.com. They list the best coaches in the NFL. Now, there's a bunch of new coaches, like 6, 7 new coaches. They don't rank any of those. So they only rank 26 coaches. These are guys who coached last year in the league. They're not counting the new guys. Right? Guys who have never been a head coach in the NFL. That's the guys they're not counting. So they list the 26 coaches in order in the NFL. And most of the stuff at the top, we all know who it is. Belichick, Sean Payton, Andy Reid, Pete Carroll, Sean McVay, Harbaugh, Anthony Lynn, Tomlin. I'm not going to, that's fine to have Andy Reid number 2 behind Belichick. Pete Carroll maybe 3rd or 4th, but that's fine. I think they have a couple guys too high, too low. Now, I will say this. They have John Gruden at 15th. That's being very generous. They've got Doug Marrone for the Jaguars at 18th. That is beyond generous. He's an offensive coach, and the offense is always unwatchable. They've also got Bruce Arians at 16. Nice guy, but he stopped working in Arizona and used to brag he was home by 5:30 to have a cocktail with his wife. That's not the 15th, 16th best coach in the NFL. But here's why I stopped taking calls in sports radio. One of the reasons. Nobody was teaching me anything. Tell me something I don't know. Give me an idea I've never thought of. Feed nutrients to my audience. Callers stopped doing that. They just repeated stuff I'd said or told me stuff I could already see on television, and my job is to find stuff nobody's talking about. But it's not really a fan's responsibility. It's mostly a media's job to do that. That's our job, 24/7. We're in media. So when the NFL.com comes out and puts Kyle Shanahan at 23rd, what are you doing? So let me tell you, NFL.com writer, Shanahan has a doppelganger in this league. It's called Belichick. Belichick was a great coordinator. Everywhere he went, legendary, everywhere he went, teams got better. Went to Cleveland, won some games, but couldn't win consistently because he couldn't get the great quarterback. If I'd have told you when Belichick was in Cleveland, this is the next great head coach in the league, you would have scoffed at it. But if you'd done any homework with Belichick, you'd have known. He actually did an incredible job in Cleveland for what he had. And he was the best coordinator in the league. And every time he interviewed, that's why he got a job after Cleveland so quickly. That's why he had multiple jobs. He turned down the Jets job. Okay, Kyle Shanahan has an incredible career as a coordinator. Everywhere he's gone. He made Matt Schaub a Pro Bowler. Everywhere he's gone. He made Matt Ryan an MVP. Then he leaves. The teams aren't the same. The quarterbacks aren't the same. Anybody can tell me Sean Payton's good. Tell me something we haven't seen yet. I'm going to give you some data, and this is my job to do this, on Kyle Shanahan. So since he's been in San Francisco, here's the quarterback attempts. C.J. Beathard's thrown 400 balls. Nick Mullins, 275. Brian Hoyer, 205. Jimmy G, only 267. Those are the quarterbacks he's dealt with. The team health has been 29 and 23rd, meaning his teams can't stay healthy. The schedule, the 7th toughest and the 15th toughest. In a division with Seattle and the Rams, both really good. Kyle Shanahan, when he has had Jimmy Garoppolo, a legitimate franchise quarterback, is 6-2. That's 6-2 as he's rebuilt with a tougher-than-average schedule, with a team that can't stay healthy, and a bad defense, which you can't blame him for that because he's not drafting the players. Their secondary's atrocious. So if you look at him when he's actually had a quarterback that's considered a franchise quarterback, 400 yards a game, 93 passer rating, they win by over a field goal, 27 points a game, 6-2. This is Belichick before he got a franchise quarterback. I know Andy Reid can coach. I know Sean Payton can coach. I know Pete Carroll can coach. I know Bill Belichick's great. Anybody can say that. Find me stuff, because Shanahan, if you do a little digging, to put him 23rd in the league is absurd. My contention, in 2 years, you'll put him in the top 6. And I've said this before. McVay's got the high cheekbones and is way better with the media. So we all love Sean McVay, and I like him too. I think Shanahan is a better coach. Not by a ton, because I think McVay's great. But McVay is very friendly with the media, very handsome, ton of energy. It's the Los Angeles market, and McVay's just, and he's good. McVay's really, really good. But you watch that Super Bowl. That was a coaching clinic. The best Rams coach was Wade Phillips, not Sean McVay. McVay was the 3rd best coach in that football game. Shanahan is a great coach, but you have to dig a little. Team's not healthy, schedule's brutal, doesn't have a quarterback, rebuilding. How bad was this team when he took them over? How bad were the Niners? Just wait. Just wait. 6-2 with Jimmy G. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.